look at yourself now and you may be like, can I become better? I have a desire to achieve this. I have a desire to achieve that. I have the desire to shift from this level to this level in my life. But I'm here to tell you tonight that irrespective of your desires, your aspirations, no matter what it is you are trusting God for, growth is a possibility. One of the characteristics of life is growth. Everything that has life has the propensity for growth. Everything that has life has the propensity for growth. So as you're listening to me right now, is the fact that you are alive, and that means that you can grow. That means that you can grow. Listening to me right now is a pointer that you are alive, and that means you have the capacity to grow. Now, the fact that you have the propensity for growth does not translate into growth automatically. The fact that you have the ability, the propensity to grow, does not mean that you grow. In fact, some people naturally think that time changes things. Some people think that let's just give it time, things will change. I've come to realize that the passage of time does not translate into growth. The passage of time does not change things. In fact, time does not change people. It doesn't make you become better. It doesn't change things. Time only reveals what you have actually invested in it. So the passage of time does not translate into growth. It is you understanding what it takes for you to move from point A to point B, whatever those points are in your life, that determines whether or not you grow. So the very first fact I want to share with you is that growth is a possibility. Growth is a possibility. Number two, growth is specific. Growth is specific. Now, when we're talking about growth, some people may ask that personal growth and development. I know some people may have it in mind that this is what we're talking about, personal growth and development. What exactly are we talking about? Like, what does it really mean? Some people may not be able to place a finger on it and say, okay, what exactly are we talking about? So if we're talking about finance, we know we're talking about finance. If we're talking about relationship, we know we're talking about relationship. If we're talking about leadership, we know we're talking about leadership. But now we're talking about personal growth and development. Okay, what exactly are we talking about? Now, I want you to understand that growth is specific. Growth is not generic. And what that means is that as an individual, as you're listening to me right now, everybody under the sound of my voice, you have different aspects to your life. Your spirit, soul, and your body, right? That is a summation of your existence. Now, we all know that your spirit can be growing. It's possible for your spirit to grow and the body not to grow. We've had people who do not, who you know that it looks as if something is happening to this person's physical body, and it's possible for you to be growing physically and then spiritually you're not growing. That's why you say, it looks like this person does not understand spiritual things. This person is not growing spiritually. I know many of us would be able to relate with that. You say that this person is not growing spiritually, and then I don't know if you've interacted with some people, and then you are like, this person looks so beautiful, whereas it looks as if there's nothing in this person's head. You are just fine and looks as if just cosmetic ignorance. The person looks so beautiful until the person open her mouth, and then you're like, but they're fine by. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when we're talking about growth, growth is specific, right? So there are different aspects to your life as an individual you must pay attention to ensure that you are growing in. And personally, I've come to realize that there might be other aspects, but there are 5 major aspects of your life that you must ensure that you grow in. Number one, spiritual. And of course, I know that we go to church, we read the Bible. This has to talk with that talk. This has to do with our relationship with God, right? Our relationship with God, how you pray, have your fellowship, intimacy with God, right? And in your walk with God, automatically you begin to know why you are existing, and that translates into the knowledge of your purpose, right? So when you know God, the more of God you know, the more of yourself you know, and the more of yourself you know, the more you begin to walk in it, the more you begin to walk in purpose. So 5 aspects of your life you must pay attention to. Number one, your spiritual life, and also your purpose. Number 2 is leadership and administration. Leadership and administration. These are an aspect most people might want to shy away from and say, I'm not a leader. I don't have somebody that I'm leading. I don't have an office. It's not like I have a position or so. No, you don't need to have a position to be a leader. In fact, in the hierarchy of leadership, positional leadership is the least, right? Leader, everything rises and falls on leadership. So you must understand, because eventually, whether you realize it or not, your life is influencing someone and someone's life is influencing you, because humans are beings of influence. Your life is influencing someone and someone's life is influencing you. Either you are conscious of it or not, is the fact. So you must understand leadership and administration. Number 3, you must grow in your career too. You must grow in your career or your business, as it were. Some of us would not be a career person. Some of us will eventually have business. You start business and then you'll be fine, right? But you must grow in it. Number four, the fourth aspect of your life you must pay attention to is your finance, which is very important. Your finance is very important. We live in an economically driven world. In fact, it's something you must understand. You must understand. And number five, the last aspect of your life that you need to grow in and pay attention to and master is relationships. Now, this does not talk to romantic relationship or the relationship between a wife and the husband, or somebody people who are trying to get married. No, this talks to relationship generally, right? Relationship with your boss at work, relationship with your siblings, your parents, relationship with your colleague, your classmates, relationship with people generally. And I'm going to be narrowing down to this eventually in the course of our conversation tonight, because I've come to realize that this is very, very important. Now we're talking about personal growth and development, but at some point I'll be talking about emotional intelligence. Now, when I was told that, okay, you know, I'll be speaking in this meeting, I just thought about it. Okay, I've been having conversation on personal growth and development, but what would God really have me talk to specifically? I mean, what's that message in my heart that God would want me to pass across to everybody listening to me when it has to do with your growth and development? And then it came strongly in my heart that I should talk about emotional intelligence. And I'm going to be now I'm speaking generally to personal growth and development, but it's going to get to a point that I'm going to narrow into emotional intelligence, which is very, very important because it has to do with your relationship with yourself and also relationship with other people. So I don't know if anybody's following me up to this point. I don't know if you have followed me up to this point. Please, if you're with me, let me know. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. So now let's move very quickly. What are the laws of growth? Um, Personally, I believe strongly in laws, right? Because laws ensures predictability of results. Laws ensures predictability of results. The earth is governed by laws. The earth is governed by laws. I'm a science student by background. And we were taught a lot of laws. In most of the courses, the subjects that you do, they'll teach you this gravitational law, Newton's law of motion, law of momentum, laws and laws. Even economics, we have the law of demand and supply. We have laws, and that is to make you understand that laws exist, right? One of the laws, generally, law of gravity. Anything that goes up must come down, right? Especially when you are still within this Earth's surface. So, laws exist. Laws actually exist, and laws are actually principles that comes with creation. And one thing laws do is that they ensure predictability of results. So please, I want you to listen to me carefully. If it is a law, you can repeat it anywhere. Laws are not geographical bound. Like, if it's a law, if it's going to work in Nigeria, it's going to work in the UK. Yes. So laws ensures predictability of results. Laws ensures it makes it possible that you should be able to teach other people. I get what I'm saying. Laws makes it possible that you will be able to teach other people if it's actually a law, right? So there are a couple of laws, right? That I mean, I have about 5 or 6 of them, but just for our conversation tonight, I'll be talking about 3 of them, right? And the very first one here is the law of vision. The law of vision. The law of vision. The law of vision. I know it's a sisters program, it's a sisters meeting, it's a sisters convergence. I know we have men on the call too, and all of dress like that. But I want you to please listen to me. Naturally, we live in a society where people think that, okay, I mean, naturally, a lot is expected of the man. Yes, a lot is expected of the man. And somehow subconsciously we feel that the woman or the lady should do well, should be fine, should be okay, but then just take it easy, right? Just live a soft life, as it were. But then I'm telling you, the woman also, the wiring of the woman is different from the wiring of the man. But you see, when it has to do with growth, both man and woman should grow. Whether you are a male or you're a female, you should grow. And if you are going to grow, one of the laws you must take into consideration is the law of vision. Is the law of vision. Now, this is largely connected to your purpose and your assignment. Now, if I say you should grow as an individual, I'm asking you to grow. I'm saying become better. I'm asking you to do this, do that. See, you can't be beating around the bush. You must have a direction you are going to. And this is what we're talking about. Vision talks about the mental picture of the intended accomplishment. Please, I want you to listen to me wherever you are right now under the sound of my voice. Please, you need a vision for life. You need a vision for life. Don't forget, when we started this conversation, there were 5 questions that I asked, right? And one of the questions that I asked you, let me quickly go there. One of the questions I asked is that, do you have the sense of meaning of fulfillment in life? In the self-assessment test that I asked you to do, that do you have a sense of meaning of fulfillment in life? And the second question is, do you have core values you uphold in life? See, friends, let me be very honest with you. If you don't have a vision in life, if you don't have a place you're going to, vision talks about the ability to see. Is a mental picture of where you're going to in life. Is a picture of what you want to become, where you see yourself going. See, those without vision in life become raw material for the fulfillment of another person's vision. Those who live their life without any vision in life become raw materials for the fulfillment of another person's vision. And this is powerful. This is powerful because sometimes if you don't know where you are going to, you will escort other people to where they are going to in life. If you don't know where you are going to, you will escort other people to where they are going to. If you don't know where you are going to, every destination looks like it. Every destination looks like it. So if you must grow, first you must understand that your vision must be clear. Okay, what do I want to achieve in my life? In my career, what am I seeing? Right? What kind of person do I want to become? Okay, what are my value system? Because you see, when you understand your assignment in life, when you understand your purpose in life, when you have a mental picture of where you're going in life, it determines a lot of things in your life. It determines the people that will make it as your friends. It determines the kind of people you would work with. It determines the kind of things you would do and you would not do. I'm telling you, you can't be everywhere. You can't do things like every other person would do them. Actually, you can't. You can't. So vision actually streamlines your life. It brings about focus. And I've come to realize that, especially in this day and time, now, when I mean now, I mean now as we are like this, looking at a lot of things that are happening, focus is a luxury. I'm telling you, focus in life is a luxury because we have a lot of things that are distracting us. A lot of distraction is here and there. Focus now is a luxury. It is difficult. In fact, statistics have it that the average attention span of an individual, especially when it has to do with digital, especially virtual meetings like this, you can easily get distracted because they don't see my face. I mean, if we were to be in a room or we're having this conversation physically, at least if you're about to get distracted and you see my face and I'm looking at you, I can call your attention back. But now you're not seeing my face. Right? You're only hearing my voice. You most likely may be lying down on your bed or you may be in transit or something. It's easy for you to be distracted, right? Distractions in this day and time that we are in now is very, very easy. So focus now is a luxury. It's difficult for somebody to now say, this is what I want to achieve in life, and then you stay at it. I'm telling you, focus is powerful. When you have a vision for your life, it will be easy for you to follow it with tenacity and with passion. That I must achieve this thing that I'm seeing. Very, very important. So ask yourself, where are you going in life? What have you seen? What is that mental picture in your walk with God? What is that picture you have seen? In your finances, what is that picture you have seen? What is that thing you want to achieve? In the kind of relationships you want to have, in your network, in your circle, what is that vision you're seeing for yourself? The law of vision. Let me tell you, until you see it, you cannot become it. Until you see it, you cannot undo it. If your mind is too small to see it, then your hand is too small to handle it. I'm telling you, vision here is not just talking about your physical eyes. It's about a mental picture. Don't forget, see, you don't see with this your eyes, you only see through your eyes. We have a lot of people who don't have physical sight, whereas they are doing extraordinary things in life. Not everybody, some people are not even born with physical highs, but then they are doing extraordinary things in life. So we don't have an excuse. If you want to grow and become better, I'm giving you a generic law now. The very first thing that must be in place is you must have a vision. Vision for life, vision for that business, vision for your family, vision for your finance, vision for your career, vision for yourself. You must be seeing something. If you don't know where you are going, every other place looks like it. Every other place looks like it. Before you know, time has gone. You think I'm young, I see after. Before you know, 20 years, 30 years, already getting old. And then you've not achieved anything. You have been distracted, follow people, follow this one, follow that, until you see that nothing happened. You've not achieved anything. So the law of vision, very powerful. Very powerful. You must know where you are going in life. You must know it. Crystal clear. You must. You must. Number two, the second law is the law of learning. The law of learning. See, if I am to, I don't think that any speaking engagement that I'm privileged to be in, and I'm to talk on this subject, I don't think I can do and not talk about this. I don't think so, because in the course of the few years that I've been focusing on this subject, I've come to realize that the subject of learning is very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. See, when you stop learning in life, you stop growing. And now don't assume you know what I'm talking about. Don't think I'm talking about academics, you having PhDs, you having masters. Those things may be needed. They may be requirements for your career or your business, as it were. But I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about a lifelong learning habit. A lifelong learning habit, your desire to become better. Let me tell you, some of the things that you need in life, they are embedded in a book. Especially, I know some of us might have come across this quote, that there was a time that it says that if you want to keep anything from a black man, hide it in a book. That is to say that black people don't read. There used to be, but I believe the narrative is changing already, because it said that if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book. What they're trying to say, what they are insinuating in essence, is that black people don't read. Black people don't read. So the law of learning, you must pay attention to develop, read. You must pay attention to learning. 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 See, when you stop learning, that day you stop learning, you're already growing old. Whether it's at 20 or at 30 or at 70, you are an old man. But the moment you keep on learning, you ever become young. I'm telling you, your mind stays afresh. See, it takes what is in your head to forge ahead. Many people are stranded in life because they don't know. Many people are limited in life because they don't know. You don't know what you need to do from where you are to shift from where you are to where you ought to be. And that's serious. Some of us, we can spend money on things that doesn't impact us directly. For instance, now you can spend money on, and of course, please don't hold me ransom, right? And I'm not against what I'm about to say, but you should be able to set your priorities right. Some of us, you can decide to buy gadgets and buy the latest iPhone, buy iPhone 17. That one is of more priority to you than for you to buy a book. You know, it shows your value system. It shows what you value. You prefer to buy a new clothes. Not that you don't have clothes, so you prefer to buy a new one than to add to your library. It only shows your value system. See, sometimes you need to empty your pocket into your brain. You need to empty your pocket to enrich your mind. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. If you are not valuable, you are not needed. Don't be emotional about life. It takes it. People will place value on, people will place demand on the value that you have. And the moment you stop learning, you are not needed. You are not needed. I'm telling you. If you are not updated, you'll be outdated. You need, for you to stay at the cutting edge of whatever aspect of life you are called to be in, you must keep reading. You must keep learning. You must keep learning. You must keep learning. If you don't read, you turn red. Red means empty. Empty, empty, empty. The quality of your life is a function of your mind. That is why you can see somebody who is old, no matter the age, 40, 45, 35, and then you have interactions with them and you're like, and this person is old. You feel disappointed. And when I see somebody who is young, a teenager, and you are like, how did you know these things? It is learning. It's not a function of age, it's a function of learning. Pay attention to learning. Pay attention to learning. Even Paul told Timothy, says, give attention to reading. Give attention to reading. Give attention to reading. Keep attention to reading. Very important. The law of learning. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
We are
The law of
together,
learning.
sir. God bless you.
All right,
Together, sir.
thank you. The last law I'll be sharing with us is law of association. The law of association. The law of association. The law of association. Already, the scripture says this. It says, if you walk with wise people, you'll be wise. If you walk with the companion of fools, shall be destroyed. So it's very simple. It's very simple. You want to change your life, change the people you work with. If there is something you desire in your life, if the people you are working with are not growing, I can tell you, no matter the prayer and fasting, you never grow in life. So check the top 3 people in your life, the people you call your friends, the people you interact with frequently. Check the top 3 to 5 people in your life. Look at their life. I can tell you the quality of your life will not be far from the quality of their lives. Is a proven fact. You can take this to a bank. I mean, check the people in your life, the top 3 to 5 people in your life that you interact with frequently, that you call your friends, that you call your associates. Check them. The quality of their life will not be far from the quality of your life. You will most likely think alike. In fact, check your income bracket. Income bracket, it will most likely be the same thing. Check the possibilities around you, around their life. It will not be far from the possibilities in your life. So that is wisdom. So if you want something you desire in life, find people that have it and associate with them. If there is something you desire in life and you do not have it, find people in life that have it and then associate with them. Human beings, we are designed rather. Part of our design is that we are beings of influences. See, whether you know it or not, we influence people and people influence us. So you need to be intentional about the influences you allow into your life. So you don't just choose your friends. You don't just allow your friends to choose you, rather you choose your friends. What that means is that nothing just goes. People just come into your life anyhow. You are intentional about the kinds of people you allow in your life. You are intentional about them. The law of association, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So relationships, as humans, we are social beings. And I mean, that's just the fact. We can't do life in isolation. We relate with one another. We are social beings. We can't do life in isolation. We relate with one another. So that is why I'll be talking about this next thing, and that has to do with emotional intelligence. So this is the point where you need to really rapt attention to me. And then we're going to just, once I'm done with this, and then I'll round up, and then we'll most likely take questions. Now, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. Your emotions and your feelings are integral part of your makeup as humans. Yes. So I know that most of the time, I think this is already, I mean, this has been around for long. People say that, women are emotional. I mean, of us have